What's up, tractor lovers? This is Jason with For the Love of Tractors, and we are here with the brand new 9620r by John Deere that I have customized. So I've had a lot of people ask about what I was doing to this tractor and so on and so forth, so I thought we'd do a little video on it just to kind of show you, kind of walk you through the process of what I did. So, let's talk tractors, y'all. Alright, the John Deere 9620r, brand new from Ertl, and it's a pretty nice tractor to begin with, and I decided that I was going to keep these big wheels on there, and I normally wouldn't do that because they're kind of this hard plastic whatever, and then if you don't paint them, the inside there, they look pretty crappy plastic-y, yeah. So what I did was I painted them. Just some John Deere yellow paint, and it gives you just a better look of the wheel there. So the first thing you got to do when you're going to do a custom tractor is you got to just decide what's the point of this tractor. So for example, if this was going to be a row crop tractor, we wouldn't be using these wheels. We would be doing some skinnier tires, possibly triples. I know most guys don't do triples anymore, but I always like triples, so I would do triples if I were going to do a row crop version, and I probably will down the road. So, but I decided, this is going to look great in front of a big piece of tillage equipment. So this is a tillage tractor, so that means we keep the big tires. And I almost went with, and I'll show you, I almost went with maybe some of my custom that you kind of get, the standee sort of rubber tires that I would do on some of my other custom John Deere stuff. These would look really nice on there, but also a nice big pair of 800s would look good. But like I said, I decided I was going to stick with this. And sorry I'm wiggling the camera a whole bunch all of a sudden, but I wanted to show you that the other tires options. A tire swap is really easy on these. You need your tire puller tool or some panel clip pliers. Wow, I'm really being terrible with this camera. Sorry. Some panel clip pliers, something like that. You just get in behind the wheel here with those. Give it a good squeeze. Those pop right off. So thankfully Ertl has kind of moved away from rivets, at least on the John Deere stuff. So we don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, enough tires. So we went with the stock tires. So, of course, being a tillage tractor, we need weight. So, those are Circle C Farm Toys rear weights there. And my buddy Matt Cassidy kind of brought those to market for us. And I use the living daylights out of those on a lot of different builds. You just got to shoot some yellow on them and call them good. On the front, these are his weights as well. So, those are actually 8,000 series weights, or like a like a 8430R or 30 series or something like that. But you pair two of them up together and you get a nice looking weight rack on a 4-wheel drive. And the reason I did this versus going with this specific 9000 series weights is I didn't want the huge weight rack out here. So I've got that, and I'll just move over here again. I did that over here. Big weight rack. And so that's series heavy duty monster weights there. And more terrible camera work. I've got this on a little stand. I thought I would try that for once. And it's nice on these still shots, but when I have to move the camera, it's terrible. So anyway, added front weights. Now, the tricky thing about this, and I wish I had the stock tractor here with me. I left it at my office. The tricky thing about adding weights to this tractor is it does not have the weight bracket. So a lot like the 30 series, the 20 series, and the other R series that we've gotten, they all had a front weight bracket on. They all had front weights on them, but then you, of course, chop those off and then add the accurate front weights to them. But this did not have a weight bracket, so I had to fabricate one. So, pretty easy. I'll lift this up again. So a plate of styrene, just styrene cut strip to kind of look like a plate. Another piece of styrene that I filed some angles on both ends, the kind of appropriate angle. You just have to use your best judgment on what looks good there. And then the end of the bracket for the actual weights to go on. Piece of cake there. Voila, instant weight bracket. I also painted the front toolbox. It's black on the real tractor, so piece of cake to do that. Moving around, of course we got the flasher beacon. You can get those flasher beacons from numerous sources. I didn't even remember where I got that one. Shapeways, Moores, Standy. Well, I don't know if probably not. Shapeways, Moores, Bose, and CD models probably have them. You can get them everywhere. Mirrors. So these are CD models mirrors. They fit these 9000 R series pretty well. They're really long when you come from CD model, but that's because you can chop them down to different sizes. So I obviously shortened them significantly and then put a bend in them here so that I could go into my top of my cab. Then I did the rail here. So the rail is completely scratch built. I don't think there's any kits for these new 620Rs yet or anything like that. And honestly, when there is, it'll probably be stupid expensive. You can make your own out of paper clips or like straight pins for, nothing. So, I highly suggest doing that. Here, rails there as well. Those are showing up pretty decent on the camera. I had to nip off like these little nubs that were on the side of the ladder that were supposed to simulate rails, but of course they look terrible. And so I did those with my sprue cutters, and then I went in and then I drilled in the holes for the paper clips. And added a flasher. This is my flasher bar, and that is available on the Shapeways store. I'll leave that in the comment description. And then on the back side, we did a scratch-built drawbar, and I'm thinking about maybe drawing up 3D printing one of those drawbars, because I've done enough now, and I could add a little extra detail. I mean, I try on my scratch-built ones, I try to add like the little pin holder and everything. So, I mean, I think it turns out pretty good, but, I could kind of take it to that next level if I printed it. So, the only downside is, it's kind of funny, all of these tractors, whether it's a 30 series, or the original R series that we got from Ertl, or these brand new R series tractors, they all have a little bit of a different hitch configuration on the back. So, it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all situation. So there you go. But anyway, there is my 9620R wheeled tractor from Ertl and John Deere that I have customized to just make it a little better, make it a little bit more to my liking. So that's that. Hope it was kind of a simple video and kind of give you guys some ideas on what to do if you want to do it. Thanks for watching as always. Please comment below. Do you like the tractor? Should I have left it stock? What would you have done different? Different tires maybe? What size tires? So on and so forth. Would love to hear what you got to think about it. Please like and share this video. It just helps us spread the love of tractors. So anyway, have a great night. Thanks, guys.